end of these children, we find them with uniform, taking guns. Then every one of them have different story.
خلاص قاعدين كده لغد ما مربوط قاعد كده تلينا سوا بس جينا لسارة بعد فكوا مني أبد خلاص بعد فكوا بالله هناك فرصة ما في نشر.
Earlier this year, these boys were fighting as child soldiers, having been forcibly recruited by the Darfur rebel Justice and Equality Movement, JEM. Some of these boys were recruited in Darfur, but others from refugee camps in neighbouring Chad. They were captured following JEM's attack on the Sudanese capital, Khartoum, on 10th of May this year.
These kids, they are school children. They have been forced abduction, then forced recruitment. 5 of them, they show me their hands that had been tied in a week in the cars. That means they don't like to come.
10th of May, JEM launched a surprise attack on Khartoum, the seat of power in Sudan. Only meeting nominal resistance, columns of rebel cars enter Omdurman, the sister city of Khartoum on the west bank of the Nile. But at the new bridge over the White Nile, the key entry point to central Khartoum, the attack loses momentum. Tanks of Sudanese armed forces decimate the rebel forces, resulting in hundreds of fatalities and casualties. Local people in Omdurman see ragged, hungry and thirsty rebels fleeing in all directions.
الذخيرة ثقيلة جدا جدا كلهم الناس دي مكمكمين أعمار ما كبيرة أعمار صغيرة يعني 16 17 أعمار زي دي كانوا الناس دي تعبانين جدا جدا درجة شفتها جيعانين وتعبانين يعني حتى الخيار ده كله نحن جينا فقدناه ما لقينا أي حاجة لقينا محلات الطوالي دي نظيفة.
In the chaos of the battle, tens of child soldiers try to make their escape. They are looking for a safe refuge between the stalls of the souks of Omdurman and among the nearby houses.
جينا أنا مهيل الماشي ذات ما بنعرفه. هلا جينا هنا بس في مدرمان هنا جينا السوق زي خلاص أنا نزلت من السوق بالجرد وجرد ده ما بنعرف نشار نمشي قاعد نلف كده مواطنين جو مسوقاني مما سوقاني ودوني في مهل الشرطة والشرطة كمان مسوقاني خشوني في السجن قاعد كده الحمد لله أخواننا ديل فاتوا جابونا هنا قاعدين ناكل الحمد لله.
After the Battle of Omdurman, the Sudanese government organises a display for the foreign media and diplomatic representatives. All captured vehicles, arms, uniforms and ID cards are exhibited for the public. President al-Bashir carries out his own personal inspection. The defeated fighters are put into prison, but the boys are separated from the adults.
كلهم معترفين بالمشاركة لكن كمان في نفس الوقت هم أدلوا بأنه هم أجبروا على المشاركة يعني هم مجندين تجنيد قسري وجزء كبير منهم هم أطفال مختطفين يعني اختطفوا من أسرهم وقسريا تم تجنيدهم وإلحاقهم بحركة العدل والمساواة وصاروا جنود برغم عنهم.
Many of the captured teenage soldiers come from neighbouring Chad. Some speak French but little Arabic. Often they were violently taken, only to work as little more than slaves for the rebels. In the refugee camps in eastern Chad, there are about 200,000 Darfuri refugees living in cramped conditions. Officially, the Chadian gendarmes are responsible for their protection, but the rebels have no problem getting into the camps at night. Because community leaders are afraid to tell their story, their identities have been concealed.
Now, every time I tell Hesser the camp of the outside the camp, in night to sleeping here. Morning he go to Wadi. Now child have 11, 10, 5 years ago, now all he taking it. It's problem. Every time I tell him on all that some leader, he say, why would you do this? This is not good. But I have come from this issue I have from juvenile. Why? Where is refugee? You have not country here. Who's refugee? Not ask me. I am rebel, international rebel.
British-based advocacy NGO Waging Peace was one of the first to highlight the forced recruitment of child soldiers.
When we went to 2 camps in particular, we were taken aside by camp leaders, refugee leaders, who told us that they had information that they wanted to raise with us, share with us, that this was extremely concerning to them. And this is when they started talking about the trafficking and recruitment of child soldiers.
According to UN estimates, there are about 10,000 children in Darfur and eastern Chad who have been forced to join the various armed movements. But main Darfur rebel movement JEM denies it forcibly recruits children.
The fact is that we don't have child soldiers. We don't need them actually, because in Darfur you have a lot of men who are motivated to take revenge for the killings happening to their families. The report compiled by the Waging Peace group is just a fiction, because all the leaders of the 13 camps have made a clear statement that this has nothing to do with truth on the ground.
The Sudanese government has reached an agreement with the International Red Cross, the Red Cross committing itself to tracing the parents in Chad and reuniting them with the kidnapped boys.
بحيث انه اذا لابد من محاكمه الاطفال يحاكموا امام محاكم الاحداث او محاكم الاطفال، او الخيار الثاني ان نسعى مع القياده السياسيه في السودان انه يطلق سراح هؤلاء الاطفال، ويعني تواصل الدوله المعامله الكريمه لاولاد هؤلاء الاطفال، بانه هؤلاء اطفال مجبرين، هؤلاء الأطفال ضحايا، ونبحث لهم عن طريقة لإيجاد عفو عام عنهم.